again. In thunder, lightning, or in rain.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won, that will be ere the setting sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin.
Panic fall.
Anon.
Fair is foul and foul is fair, hovered through the fog and filthy air.
Bloody man is that? In report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt with new estate.
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil is found at Stephen.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, but to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. And fortune, on his damned quarrel smiling, showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak. For brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune, with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, like Valor's minion carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman!
Mark, the King of Scotland, Mark. No sooner justice, and with valor armed, compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels. But the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes. The sparrow's eagles, or the hair of the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons, overcharged with double cracks. So they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. Except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, memorize another Golgotha. I cannot tell. But I'm faint. My gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
When a hiss looks through his eyes, so should he look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy thing?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict. Till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped and fruit, confronted him with self-comparisons. Point against point rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirits, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness!
Now the Norway's king craves composition. but we would not deign him burial of his men till he dispersed at St. Comb's Edge $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interests. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou? A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched, and munched, and munched. Give me, quoth I. I like thee, witch, the rump-fed Runyon cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master the tiger. But in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without the tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give
Thee a win. Thou art kind.
and I another.
I myself have all the other, and the very courts they blow, all the quarters that they know in shipman's cards. I will drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live, a man forbid. Weary 7 nights, 9 times 9 shall he dwindle weak and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest-tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb, wrecked as homeward he did come.
A drum. Macbeth.com. The wayward sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine and thrice again to make up 9.
Peace! The charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is called the forest? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are aught. Live you, or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me, by each at once her chappy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glom!
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth, that shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things which do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble happening and of royal hope that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail, hail.
Blessed than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy yet, much happier. Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail, Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Say, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. On my father's death, I know I am Thane of Glom's, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why, upon this blasted heath, you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles, as the water has. These are up. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air. It seemed Corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be
You
kings!
shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not
The
so?
self-same tune and word. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when he reads thy personal adventure in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend which should be thine or his. Silence with that, and looking over the rest of the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Roman ranks. nothing afeard of what thyself didst make, strange images of death. As thick as hail came post with post, everyone did bear that praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which edition hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and advantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wreck, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Lums, and Thane of Cawdor.
The greatest is behind.
Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings? When those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them.
That trusted home might yet enkindle you under the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes, to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. They win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme.
I thank you, gentlemen. Cannot be ill, cannot be good.
If ill, why hath it given the earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical,
Shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise.
nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's racked.
Chance will have me king. Why? Chance may crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon me, like our strange garments. They cleave not to their mold, but with the angels.
Come what come may. Time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your legend.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten.
Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them.
Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced. And at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very glad.
Till then enough.
Come, friends.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, begged your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his own death to throw away the cheapest thing he owed, as for a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin! The sin of my ingratitude even now weighs heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hast less deserved, that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have this to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe, in doing it pays itself. Your highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state. Children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our state upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but Signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor, which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see.
True, worthy Banquo. He is full so valiant, and in his commendation I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Come, let's after him, whose care has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with hail, King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glance thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet I do fear thy nature. 'Tis too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily. Wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'st have great glance, that which cries, thus thou must do, if thou have it. And that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishest should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirit in thine ear and chastise with the valour of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid that seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who wert so would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, who croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battle. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse. No compunctious vincings of nature shape my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my women's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pull thee in the direst smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great gloves, worthy Cawdor, but greater than both by all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond the ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower. Be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favour ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting marvel, does approve by his loved mansionry that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. Where they most breed and haunt, I have observed the air is delicate.
Ah, see our honored hostess. That love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Herein I teach you how you should bid God yield us for your pains, and thank us for your trouble.
All our service, in every point twice done and then done double, were poor and single business to contend against those honours, deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house. To those of old, and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest, your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels, and had a purpose to be his purveyor. But he rides well. His great love, sharp as his spur, hath pulled him to his home for us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs in common, to make their audit at your highness' pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well if it were done quickly. Oh, if the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch, with his surcease, success. Oh, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank control of time, we jump the life to come. But, in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. Oh, this even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Oh, besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, the tears shall drown the wind. Oh, I have no spur to prick besides my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not. He has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dress yourself? Has it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valour as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
Prithee, Peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was there that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that, their fitness now, does unmake you. I have given such, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail,
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, that to the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a few, and the receipt of reason a limbo only. When in swinish sleep their drenching natures lies in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received, when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber, and used their very daggers that they have done?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamour roar upon his death?
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. The false face must hide, what the false heart doth know.
how goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not looked at the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take 'tis later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take thee that too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend!
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king is abed. He hath been in unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife withal by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant's defect, which else should free it for aught.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat now to serve, we would spend in some words upon that business if you grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall plead to my consent, when 'tis it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear. I shall be counsel.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The light to you.
Go bid thy mistress When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind? A false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain. I see thee yet. In form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else with all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by a sentinel, the wolf whose howls its watch. Thus, with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm said, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear thy very stones break in my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which thou suits with it. While thy threat, he lives! Words to the heat of deeds, to cold bread gives. I go and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan! For it is a knell that summons thee to heaven, or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire of peace. Was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, and death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What
Oh, alas! I'm afraid they have awaked and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Oh, I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
Hark!
Who lies in the second chamber?
Donald Bay.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thing to say a sorry sight.
And one did laugh in sleep, and one cried, Murder! But they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
They are too large together.
One cried, God bless us, and Amen the other. It seemed with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say Amen when they did say good bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could not I pronounce Amen? I had most need of blessing, and Amen stuck in my throat.
Deeds must not be sought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Oh, methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. Oh, the innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labor's back, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast. Still, it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? My worthy thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go. Get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why have you brought these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go! Carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. Sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. It's the eye of childhood that sees a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
What is that knocking? How is with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? They pluck out mine eyes! Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your colour, yet I shame to wear a heart so white. There's nothing of us our bedroom. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy has left you unattended. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, to best not know myself. Quite comfort with thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hellgate, he should have hell turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Coming time. Have napkins enow about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there? In the other devil's name. Faith, here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale. Who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator! Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, knock. Never quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'll never order it no further. I had thought to have let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon! Anon! I pray you, remember the port.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and it unprovokes. It provokes the desire that takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him. Makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in his sleep and, giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir! In the very throat on me! I requited him for his lie, and, I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime, yet I made a shift to gasp.
Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awaked him.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow both.
Is the king stirring, worthy Thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamenting stirred the air, the strange screams of death, and prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events new hatched the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the live long night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
It was a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Horror! Horror! Tongue no heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. No sacrilegious murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
The life.
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight of the new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Banquo and Donalbain! Malcolm! Awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself! Up! Up and see the great tomb's image! Malcolm! Banquo, as from your graves rise up! Ring the bell!
What's for business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Banquo, our royal master's murdered.
What? In our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Macduff, I prithee contradict thyself. Say it is not so.
Had I died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. But from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead.
What does a man?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
By whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seems, had done it. Their hands and faces were embadged with blood, so were their daggers, which, unwiped, to be found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition my violent love outrun the pauser. Reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore, who could refrain, that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make his love known.
Help me hence.
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues when most may claim this argument for ours?
What should be spoken here? When fate hidden auger may rush and seize us. Let's weigh our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all. Let us briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well consented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an untold sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. Out to England.
To Ireland. Aye, our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The nearer blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted. And our safest path is to avoid the aid, therefore the horse. And let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but swift away. There's warrant in that theft which steals itself, but there's no mercy left.
70, and I remember well. During the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. If this sore night trifled for an hour.
Good fellow, thou seest the heavens as trouble of man's act, threat is bloody stage. By the clock this day, and yet the dark night strangles the traveling lamp.
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride place, was by a mousing owl, hawked at.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race. Turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against nature, as they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they eat each other.
They did so. The amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir? Now.
Why, see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas, the day. What good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still? A thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own life's needs. But then, 'tis most likely sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named, and gone to Scotland he invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Buried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you just gone?
No present, all to fight.
Well, all thither.
May you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old roads sit easier than our new.
Farewell, good man.
God's benison go with you, and with all those it would make, good of bad, friends and foes.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glamis, all as the weird had promised. Fear thou playedst most valiantly. Yet, it was said that it should not stand in thy posterity, and that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee made good, might they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more. Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence. Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever knit. Ride you this afternoon? I, my good lord. We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is far you ride?
As far, my lord, as we fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state craveness jointly. Hie you to horse. Adieu. Till you return at night. Goes Flounce with you.
Aye, my good lord, our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears and Banquo's dig deep, and in his royalty of nature where is that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath the wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There's none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, but a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. Them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered, but rankers in the vessel of my peace, only for them is my eternal jewel, given to the common enemy of man to make them kings. The seed of Banquo, kings! Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Now go to the door and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well then, now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he in the times past who held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. As I made good to you in our last conference.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Are you so gospeled to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue ye go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, spaniels, mongrels, and curs are called all by the name of dogs. Now, if you have a station in the file not in the worst rank of manhood, say it. And I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, and binds you to the heart and love of us.
I am one my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that I am reckless what I do despite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune that I would set my lie on any chance to be mended or be rid on it.
Both of you know, Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight and bid my will about it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, whether wail his fall, who I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall perform what you command us, my lord.
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most, I'll advise you where to plant yourselves, for it must be done tonight. And some ways from the palace always thought that I require a clearness. And with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Fleance, his son that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour.
We resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. It is concluded, Banquo. Thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again to Macbeth.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Naught's had. All's spent. For our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on. Things without all remedy must be without regard. What's done is done.
We've scorched the snake, not killed it. Let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, ere we eat our meal in fear, and sleep on the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst, nor steel nor poison can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love. And so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence, both with eye and tongue. Unsafe the while, that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, and make our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
Must leave.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife! Thou knowst that Banquo and his flayouts lives!
But in them nature's copy's not eternal.
Just don't forget, they are assailable. Then be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath flown his scorched flight, ere to black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums of rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Well, be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun may strong themselves by ill.
Did you join with us?
Macbeth. He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the latent traveler apace to gain the timely inn, and near approaches the subject of our watch.
I hear horses.
Give us a light there.
Then 'tis he. The rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men do, from hence to the palace gate make it their walk.
A light, a light. 'Tis he.
Stand to it.
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Oh, treachery!
Fly, good flayouts! Fly, thou mayst revenge! Oh, slave!
Who did strike out the light?
Was not the way?
There's but one down. The sun is fled.
We have lost best half our affair.
Well, Let's away and say how much is done. Roundabout our play may go, mocking time with fairest show. But, in case you have forgot, you watcheth much, but payeth not.
Our troop does strive to bring for free the bard to the community, and worketh hard and hopes to knit tales told not by an idiot.
So if our play has found you right, and if you've not been spurred to flight, round about this cauldron go, and in a kind donation throw.
I come, Grey Malkin.
Catacall.
Anon.
Come,
Dark and wind and rain and rack that spur us toward our coming act.
The coolest. Good idea.